couldn't agree more. Let's talk a bit about the Oliver Dowden Misinformation Unit, because I don't think I've seen you since we got that news last week.
Yeah.
Molly Kingsley we spoke to from Us For Them, one of the people who campaigned to try and keep schools open.
Yes, I remember her.
And was very much part of what we talked about a lot. And
She
I've
was
become
fantastic.
quite good friends with Molly, actually.
Yeah.
And she's outraged that she was basically put under surveillance on social media at the very least, and possibly in other ways. I spoke to Nadine Dorries, who was also part of this unit apparently on Friday, and she said, "Oh, there was only a couple of people involved."
Well, I don't think that.
I'm like, well, that's not really the point, is it?
No, well, you
were probably on the list. I think I was.
Well, you saw Big Brother Watch came out a few months ago with some rather worrying evidence of what might have been going on with me. It wasn't as clear as this. No, I think it's shocking, and I think that people ought to be held to account for it. I think it's one of the things which this inquiry should very much look into. It was very dispiriting news about the inquiry this morning in the Telegraph, saying that they've actually asked people from Independent Sage, which was a body pressing for longer and tighter lockdowns, to give evidence. Now, I don't know, maybe it's just that they haven't told me, but I haven't heard of anybody on the lockdown skeptics side having been asked to give evidence to this inquiry. Have they already bought what I've always said they would buy, the belief that if only we'd locked down harder and sooner it would have been better? Is this going to be...
I think that will be part of the questions that are asked.
If those are your assumptions, then the inquiry might as well wind up now, because there's no point in holding it.
Exactly right. Because these were the same people who said that 400,000 people would die, and they got it so far off and wrong that they should never be consulted again about anything.
Yeah,
Sorry.
No, this was... I remember quoting, actually, interesting enough, a vet who'd been involved in the foot and mouth on overreaction and misreaction.
Which was also Neil Ferguson, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he was saying that Ferguson was not a person whose presence in the planning system he welcomed.
Right.
And this, I put this criticism in the article I wrote very early on, I think March 20th of 2020, and I've never had any reaction to it. He was an experienced professional person who'd been involved with Ferguson in just such things, saying actually he's not necessarily the best voice to listen to.
Right.
And people say, well, why should we listen to you? I said, I was never asking you to listen to me. I was taking people who had expertise in this, such as him and John Ioannidis, who knew what they were talking about, saying they are saying even now this is doubtful.
Yeah.
But the whole
Ferguson never got anything
still
right.
seems to be that fundamentally it was right. It's only the conduct of it that's open to, and if that's the way it's going, as I say, forget it. You might as well not do it. I really do hope that the inquiry will be inviting lockdown skeptics to give evidence to it.